What's up, everybody? You are listening to the Think Big podcast. I'm your host, Ayelet Polonsky, also known as your manifestation mentor. This podcast is designed to help you create a manifestation mindset by learning how to think big. You'll learn how to use your thoughts to co-create your reality. Let's get into today's episode.
Pain is awful. And when you've been told by your doctor that you have a medical condition, you go nuts trying to find a medical cure. And sometimes it works, but often it doesn't. We've spoken about how our thoughts manifest into a material reality. And many people have been asking me, but what about manifesting health? Well, the good news is there is a cure. And it shouldn't cost you tons of money or weeks in bed healing from surgery. I'll prove it. But first, I want to acknowledge those of you who have spent relentless years trying to manage your pain. Author of Unlearn Your Pain, Dr. Howard Schubiner says, your pain is real. There is a reason for it, and there's a cure for it. The only way to relieve your pain is to find the underlying cause of it, to get to the bottom of it. What happens is when we live with undealt emotional stress, something has to take its place. So what gets substituted in its place is physical pain or tension. Think about when you have a big exam coming up or you feel overwhelmed with life and you're stressed out. It's during these moments that our shoulders, neck, back tighten. And we say things like, I'm in desperate need of a massage. Or maybe you've been living with chronic pain in your body for years and you can't find the cause. Therefore, you haven't found the solution. If this experience relates to you, you have got to get the book, The Mind-Body Prescription by Dr. John Sarno. He claims that physical pain is our body's way of dealing with emotional stress and trauma. Because confronting our emotions may be too vulnerable or hard, we suppress the emotion, and as a result, physical pain takes its place. The purpose of a physical manifestation of tension is to deceive. Our brains have decided that having something physically wrong is more socially acceptable than coming across as a stressed out emotional mess. And so the brain makes a few adjustments in circuitry, and instead of looking and acting like a nervous wreck in public, presto, we manifest a bellyache or a headache. Dr. Sarno's been shunned by the medical world because it contradicts the accepted norm of something hurts, so go to a doctor. What must be made clear is that manifesting health is not about targeting people with pathological changes in the body, such as a tumor, heart disease, a broken bone, or bacteria causing tissue inflammation. When it comes to manifesting health, we're referring more to mind-body symptoms like back pain, shoulder pain, tension, things that have been going on for years without apparent resolution. The reason the body responds to emotional trauma with a defense mechanism, which in this case is physical pain, is to divert our attention to the body. This way, we can avoid confronting our unconscious or repressed feelings. For example, Becca is 14 years old. Her father is really hard on her and expects a lot from her. When Becca comes home with a B- on her report card, her father asks her why she didn't get an A. Becca runs to her room, yelling back to her father, "Get off my back." Shortly after, Becca picks up her backpack and throws out her back. She's experienced back pain ever since. Now Becca is 30 years old and suffers from chronic back pain as a result of the anger and resentment she carries. She's been to doctors, chiropractors, acupuncturists, but nothing seems to do the trick. What Becca doesn't realize is that the childhood emotional wounds caused by her relationship to her father were never properly dealt with. And as a result, her brain has sent a signal to her body to create pain in order to deal with the emotional stress. Clearly, we see here that the mind-body connection is so deep that we can unconsciously manifest pain. Now, I'm not saying the journey towards healing is overnight, but what I am saying is there is a cure. Like uprooting a whole tree from its roots, when you do the work to determine the root cause of your pain, the manifestation of healing becomes possible. Now, let me know how you connect to this idea. I'd love to hear your experience with it. And sharing is caring. So if you liked what you've heard, pay it forward. And as always, happy manifesting.
If you enjoyed this episode and would like more manifestation inspiration, tune in every Monday for a new episode. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on an episode. What you get out of this show means the world to me, so I invite you to leave an honest review. If you want more, you can follow me on social media at Ayelet Polonsky. I also have a number of virtual courses to offer if you're ready to take this material to the next level and start embodying a manifestation mindset. I teach you how to heal past trauma, experience the most joy out of life, and rewrite your future so you can feel good more often. Simply head on over to ayeletpolonsky.com for a variety of resources you can start taking advantage of immediately. See you next week. And as always, think big and happy manifesting.